Hi everyone. If I haven't met you yet, my name is Liz Ann Crocker, and I just wanted to take a minute to say hi and also kind of touch base about some things. We've done about a month and a half worth of concerts, and we've gotten our first payment in, and so I wanted to take a moment to follow up with you, talk about some things that we're kind of facing and how we're going to finish out the rest of the season with the schedule and things like that. The first thing I want to address is the dress code. Some of you already know it, you're handling it great, no problems, and some of you are new and haven't had a chance to know what we're supposed to do yet. So for the dress code, you need to wear black bottoms, either shorts that come to the knee or capri pants or black pants. You cannot wear jeans, you cannot wear leggings, so that's super important. You can wear tennis shoes of any kind. They just need to be non-slip shoes. They have to be closed-toed except for Converse. You cannot wear Converse. If you have long hair and you're in the kitchen area, you must have your hair up in a hat or in a hairnet. I kind of recommend pulling your hair back if it's long and putting it in a ponytail or putting it in braids, something that kind of just keeps it out of your face in general, because we're kind of running around and it'll be hotter in the summer. Also, they don't want you to have really long fingernails and not a lot of jewelry, that kind of stuff. When you come to Lakewood, you will come and you will check in with Lakewood themselves. There'll be a gate list, you'll check in. You should get a coupon for some free food. It's either a free pretzel, a free popcorn, or a free hot dog, I think are the three choices. And then you'll also get your shirt. If you haven't gotten your parking pass, you can do that there. If they don't have a parking pass and they tell you just to go to your stand, see me and we'll try to get you hooked up with a parking pass. Once you go in the actual concert venue, everybody should go to the Lakewood stand to find out which side they report to. We have the main concession stand in the Lakewood side and the main concession stand on the Pryor side, and so there is a sign-in sheet in each one of those. And so once you go through that first check-in, if you report to the Lakewood side, it's the closest one, so you can check there. That way you don't have to walk all the way to Pryor and all the way back if you're not working in the Lakewood side. So dress code, that's an important thing. If you wear a hat, it has to have a very tiny logo or no logo at all on it, just so you know. Want to make sure that you sign in every time. There is a sign-up list. Let me find it and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. The sign-up list looks like this. This one is for the May 9th, and so there's lots of chicken scratch on it, but the chicken scratch helps a lot. There's also different colors. Up here in the there's a key that says Pryor Garden, Lakewood Garden. So we have three or four locations, kind of depending on the concert, either Pryor or Main, which are the main stands, Pryor or Lakewood, which are the main stands, or the Gardens, which are these little beer stands where we're also working. They gave us some more people. I said I had so many people, so they gave me some more spots, so that's super exciting. So anyway, you need to double check. If you are assigned to work somewhere, you will have a color by your name, and the stand supervisor can help you figure out where you're supposed to be. It's important that you go where you're supposed to be. And then the supervisors know to make sure to mark down who's working the kitchen and different things like that, so I know who's here. But if you do not sign in, I won't know that you're there. I generally don't see every single person. I try hard to, but there's some nights where I have to work and I'm not there. And if you don't sign in, there's a chance I might miss you when we do paychecks, when the pay goes on your account and things like that. The other thing is, please don't leave until you're dismissed. Until your stand supervisor dismisses you to go, please don't leave. We've had a couple of nights where people have closed their windows and kind of cleaned up their general area and then left. And then right at the end, we've discovered something that's been left and there's been nobody there to clean it up. And we've had people staying till 2 in the morning. So I really need for everybody to stay there until they are dismissed from their stand to go. The only free food is the free food that is mentioned on that little coupon that I told you about that you get when you first check in. If you want to purchase food, you're more than welcome to. Please get a receipt, and you can only receive what we actually serve. Unfortunately, you can't go get a hot dog and put chili on it yourself. You can't go get nachos and get extra things on it. You can't decide that you want to get the chicken tenders and then put some nacho cheese sauce on it or anything like that. It can only be what we serve. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to your stand supervisors. We're glad to help you with that. But we just want to make sure that everybody understands that we have to pay for every bit of the food that's in that stand. And so I just recommend, they're supposed to be providing those little free things, but I always recommend eating before you come, or bring yourself a snack if you know you need something to eat. Along those lines, please don't step out and take a break without being excused to do so. We have to have every window covered. There's a lot of times that Lakewood supervisors are walking around and they're getting, they get on us if those windows aren't covered. And if you're told to cover a window and you like walk away from it, and those supervisors walk by the front and they see that nobody's in that window, we are the ones that get in trouble for that. And so if you're assigned to work a window and you're really not comfortable with it, I need you to tell us, but we may need you to cover a window because that is what our job is to do. So we'll do our best that if you're not comfortable, to let you be a runner or let you do something else, but there just will be times where you will need to be in the window and smiling and telling the customers thank you, and we're super glad to help as much as we can. Let's see. The other thing, sorry, I'm looking at my little notes, making sure I get everything. Okay, so we started out with the Lakewood main stand and the Pryor main stand. And there are, in those stands, there's 17 to 19 windows, depending on if every POS machine's working, and POS means point of sale. If every POS is working and every window is up, all that kind of stuff. Then we need some people in the kitchen and some people on the grill. So then there's some stand supervisors. So we've got, a pretty set number of people that needs to be in each stand each time. We have had a really good turnout for signups, and so I asked them if they had anything else we could do, and they offered us the beer garden because they had somebody quit. So that gives us 5 spots on each side that are outdoors in a little covered stand. And so the people that are working there are having to be outdoors. They're having to run beer and waters and whatever drinks they're selling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's a little different than working in the main stands. But we are super excited that they gave us the opportunity to have more of our people there working. I want to just really, encourage everybody that we just want to make sure that we have a positive attitude. I just feel like this is a really great opportunity for our gym to allow our parents to fundraise, to make a substantial dent in the money that we have to pay for our kids to do what they love. All of us are working so that our kids can do what they love to do. And all of us are representing Stingray All-Stars. So if we are complaining or we're talking about what this person's doing or what that person's doing, that means that we're not really focused on our job. And our job is to be there to sell some stuff, to make sure customers are happy, to help provide a really good experience for everybody that comes to Lakewood, because that reflects really well on us, and it also ultimately reflects on Stingray All-Stars and our gym. So I just want to really encourage everybody that we just need to have a can-do attitude. We need to have, we just need to be super positive, and I would strongly encourage you not to look at somebody else and say, well, I worked harder than them or I worked longer than them, because you really don't know somebody else's circumstance. You don't know what they've been doing. You don't know what went on behind the scenes for them or how long they've been there or anything like that. So there is absolutely no way for everything to be fair. I work very hard to try to make it as fair as possible for everybody and as equitable a situation for everybody. But this is an opportunity for you to earn money tax-free on your account. And I just think that we really need to take advantage of that and be super thankful. And if it's really going to be a problem or we're going to have a lot of complaining, because we have had a bit of grumbling lately about it, and people talking about how things aren't fair and how people get to leave early, and which tells me, one, that people aren't looking at themselves and looking at the job they need to be doing, but that they're looking at kind of everybody else and seeing what somebody else is doing in comparison to them. And that situation will never seem like it's right. I think in our own eyes, we always feel like we work harder than everybody else, myself included. And so I think that all we can do is really pay attention to ourselves and make sure we're doing our best every time so that we can represent Stingrays well, represent our kids well, and represent Lakewood well. We're there to help create a positive experience. Let's see, I think that's kind of it. The last little note I would say is that it usually takes 30 days from the time we do a concert until I receive a check and it can go on your account. And I try to turn that around really quickly. I received a check from Thursday, the last concert, and Tuesday, and we had it on the accounts on Thursday. So if you have any questions about what you were paid, why you were paid, anything like that, all you have to do is email me. It's lizanne.crocker@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to answer any questions I can for you. Once again, just really important to sign in so that I make sure that I pay everybody that needs to be paid. We've got 2 concerts coming up this week. Chance the Rapper on Sunday, and then on Tuesday it's Dead and Company. And in case you didn't know, Dead and Company is the remaining members of Grateful Dead, and I think and Company is actually John Mayer. So that's kind of an exciting mix, kind of weird, but an exciting mix. I expect both concerts to be really good. I don't know what the tipping will be like. And just also so you know, we make more money when we sell food than when we sell alcohol. So anytime somebody comes and buys a beer, say, hey, you want a nacho with that? Want some pretzels? Can we sell you some pizza? Really encourage you to kind of do that. I am really excited about working with y'all this summer, and I have enjoyed so much already working with so many of you. We have so many people returning and so many new people, and it's a great way to meet so many families at our Stingray All-Star Gym and get to know them. I feel like through doing this, I've really made some great friendships, and now have a lot of families that I'm friends with that aren't just on my team. So it's a gym-wide thing, and I think that's a really great situation for us. So I look forward to it. I hope that y'all are looking forward to it. I also will have this sign up. I'm going to redo the sign up for the Warp Tour because that's a day-long event. And so you need to look for that sign up coming out soon. And then also the sign up for July and August. And it'll either be 2 signups for July and then 1 for August and September, or 1 for the rest of the summer. I really haven't figured that out yet. But those signups will be coming out in the next week. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this. I really appreciate it. It's a great way for me to communicate with everybody in one really direct way without there being too much craziness back and forth in emails and stuff like that. I look forward to seeing y'all this week. Have a great weekend.